What's up, y'all? It's Nelson, owner-in-chief Cabana Boy here at Cabana Boys Events. Welcome to the Cabana Boys Podcast. Today we have Ty and Anthony, two of our Scottsdale Cabana Boys. Thank you guys for being on here. I have a couple questions for you. Actually, really only one question. Are y'all thirsty?
Oh, I am parched.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going to say no there for a second.
It's hot, man.
Let's open up the Cabana Boys cooler. Let's go. All right. We predetermined who was getting this one.
Ty's too picky.
I am sorry.
God, I lost the.
Where'd it go?
I got it in my pocket. You got it in my pocket.
So, Ty, let's start with you and your extreme pickiness with how Guinness is consumed.
Okay, so
cheers first.
Cheers, yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Thank you guys for being here.
So I did a stint in Ireland for a while. I was living in Dublin, and I had the pleasure of going to the St. James Brewery in Dublin, which is the original place where Guinness is made. So I am certified Guinness.
Nice. I didn't know that was a thing.
It is.
Okay.
I am probably one of, I ran the numbers the other year. I'm probably one of 10 people in Phoenix area that is certified by Guinness to pour Guinness the right way every time.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
This was back in 2019, and I was one of two in St. Louis to actually have that certification. Other people had gotten Guinness had flown some people out to the US, and they had done their usual Guinness, like Guinness Ball, Guinness Gathering, whatever they call it now. So a few people get certified by that, but there aren't many bartenders that make the trek to St. James to get certified.
Certified Guinness, what? Pourer? Like what's the...
Certified Guinness bartender, because a lot, when I was there, I also got to do Jameson. So I know Jameson and Guinness very, very well.
Is the a certified way to consume Jameson with a pickleback?
Absolutely not. So funny enough, I'll ask you a question. How long do you think it takes to pour the perfect pint of Guinness?
Oh, God.
There is a number.
Yes. Exact seconds.
There is an exact seconds to it.
I would say a pint.
A single pint of Guinness.
109 seconds.
Close. Anthony?
I know you have to pour it halfway and let it sit.
A little over half, yeah. You got to let it fall.
Yeah, to the what's it called? The harp.
Yeah.
Right? You pour it up to the harp, and then you push it the other way, fill it to the top, and let it settle.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna take. I definitely learned this when I did bartend. Don't remember. I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm gonna say like 115 in total.
You guys are really close. It is 119 seconds from start to finish to pour the perfect pint of Guinness. Right. But yeah, you are right. It is about 3/4 of the way up. You're pulling the handle one way, and with Guinness being nitro brewed, then you're pushing it the opposite way to round off that head.
What's the opposite way?
So the opposite way is more head, less Guinness. So when you're first pulling it, so it's not air. It's actually it's nitro.
Oh, nitro.
It's nitrogen.
Oh, Jesus. I'm making myself
that's the big that's the big thing. That's the big thing about Guinness is that it is not CO2 brewed. It is nitrogen. It does use nitrogen.
I've noticed when I see the line of taps, the Guinness tap's different.
Yeah.
So
because it has those two directions.
We do private bartending. That's why I don't know this. Yeah. Just clarifying my credibility here.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I was a bartender for a long time.
So how'd you get involved with Cabana Boys?
Anthony?
How'd you?
No, I want to hear from you.
With Cabana Boys.
How did you get involved with Cabana Boys? I figured. Oh, first.
Nelson's asking.
I'm asking.
Yeah,
we'll get to Anthony.
Yeah. All right. So I was living in St. Louis at the time. I actually just moved out here last year, and a friend of mine had come to Scottsdale for vacation or something like that. I'm not sure. And then I had mentioned her. I was like, hey, I'm going to be moving out to Phoenix because I was kind of between a few cities at the time. And Phoenix ended up being my choice to move. And she was like, hey, when you get out there, there's this thing called Cabana Boys. And I know you're a bartender now, but I think this would be something that you're really good at. And I guess she had seen an Instagram ad or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I came out here, kind of gave it a few months, figured I'd learn the area before I started doing anything like that. And then I eventually hit up Chase and I was like, hey man, I'm interested in doing this whole Cabana Boys thing. And he was like, yeah, man, sounds good. Why don't you come out to this bar? We're doing a happy hour. You can meet all the people and see how that goes. And so I went out there. It was a good time. Met a lot of people. Funny enough, a lot of the people that weren't there or that were there aren't Cabana Boys. So I assume it's a pretty rigorous test that was that I didn't realize. And I guess I passed. So,
we have high standards.
Glad to be here. Yeah, I can tell.
You're fairly new to the team.
Yes.
Sort of, like 4 or 5 months, something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, nice.
You just came straight to the party. I had interviews to go through before I got invited to the party. This guy.
I don't know, man. I mean, it was like I said, it was like a happy hour thing. And then, Chase hit me up on Zoom and then talked to Nelson on the same thing. And they were like, all right, cool. And I was like, sounds good.
Has your experience been?
Yeah. Oh, it's been amazing. It's honestly, it's been a dream. Being able to like get paid to have fun is awesome.
Yeah.
So
that's good. What do you do outside of this?
So I work for a clothing company out over in Peoria, and I'm a data analyst.
Nice.
So I do like data entry, data analysis, and stuff like that. So
is that like a pretty big company?
Yes. Okay. So we are like one of the top distributors for like companies like Fanatics.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we make a lot of those like licensed clothing and stuff like that.
Nice.
So
that's cool, man. Well, I'm happy to have you on the team, Anthony.
It's great to be here.
Let's hear about you.
How I got into Cabana Boys?
Yeah. Well, where are you from? Like, tell us about yourself.
So originally, I'm from Nebraska. I'm from a very, very small town.
You're just wrapping the set right here.
Go Big Red.
Yeah.
I'm from a small town in Nebraska called Grand Island. And then I ended up
Island?
Grand Island.
Island in Nebraska?
Yeah. So the Platte River goes around it.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why it's called Grand Island.
Okay.
Tiny little town. I guess it's not tiny.
All right.
But
it's grand.
It's
I mean, it's Midwest.
The actual island is big. There's a lot of land.
Okay.
But there's not a lot of people that live there.
It's Midwest big, right?
Yeah. There we go.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Right.
Decent. It's but ended up moving out to Lincoln. I was probably like 3, something like that, 2 or 3. My mom was going to law school. And so she was a student there. We always went to Nebraska games and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
So really, really cool. Got the Midwest blood in me.
Yeah.
Love
definitely.
it. I love going back home. It's always like my birthday is always around like the second or third game. So I try to get out to games around my birthday, go see some buddies and stuff.
There you go.
But yeah, we bleed Husker red.
Let's go.
Heck yeah.
How'd you get involved with Cabana Boys?
So I was kind of poached. Yeah. So I work at EOS, one of the big gyms around here, and I manage it actually. And I've seen Eric Frame. Eric Frame was coming in, and I don't know. I talk to every single member that we have in there. It's part of my job. I'm an operations manager.
Okay.
So I do customer service, and one of our big things is to promote customer service. We're trying to be like the Dutch Bros of gyms.
Nice.
And so
cool. I like that.
Like Eric, I guess, noticed me always talking to people and always smiley and happy. It's just something that we uphold at EOS, and it's something that I guess I do very, very well. It's something that I've always been able to do is talk to people and such like that. I have a passion for it. And Eric came up to me one day. He's like, "Hey, man, I have a job for you." I was like, "What do you mean? I'm at work right now. What do you mean you have a job for me?" And
come in my van.
Yeah, it's parked out front. But yeah, he was kind of talking to me about it. He's like, "Have you ever bartended before?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have." And I loved it. He's like, "Okay, cool. Do you like to have fun?" It's like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, here's my email, and then we'll go from there."
Nice.
And I kind of looked up Cabana Boys on Instagram, and I was like, "This is literally what I do on the weekends, and not get paid."
Yeah.
But ended up going through like the interview process, got invited to the like little meet and greet and stuff. Got to meet.
Were you guys at the same happy hour?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I have no
We've
idea.
done a few of them,
I don't think so. Yeah.
I know Mac was.
Okay.
I know that
Oh yeah,
mullet
no, 'cause
anywhere.
I wasn't there with. I wasn't there with Mac.
I know that mullet anywhere. But and ended up clicking with the guys really, really well. Chase was awesome. Had a great interview with him, and then I interviewed with you as well.
Yeah.
And then
Am I awesome?
Yeah.
You left that part out.
Listen, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't need
I
that.
was at loss for words.
Always.
But yeah, that's how I was working.
Nice.
And I don't know, working at a gym, and you kind of have like, I guess, ideal guys,
Yeah.
the guys that come in my gym, I'm sitting here like, you'd probably be a good Cabana boy.
Yeah, I'm sure you see people a lot, and you can kind of, watch them, but you kind of observe their demeanor.
Next season, I got a lot of referrals coming up.
Nice.
Ooh,
Got a
that's
lot of
good.
referrals.
There you
I
go.
love it.
coming soon.
We might
But,
need it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hopefully we're
What do you do
expanding
outside
that.
of EOS and Cabana Boys then?
I work. I work a lot.
Yeah.
Lately I've been getting into some swing dancing and stuff, and
Yes, sir.
me and Ty like to go dance.
Nice.
So we'll go out to the little country bar.
Where do you go? Like Denim and Diamond?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
That's our big place. He comes all the way from Surprise.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
that's
comes
a
out.
haul.
So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I have probably the farthest commute of any Cabana boy when it comes to these parties. So
I don't know. I think Cole lives like down in like Queen Creek.
yeah,
Probably similar.
Mine's about like 45, 55 minutes depending on location of party, but I'm happy to do it. But yeah, man, we go out to Denim and Diamonds almost every weekend. We go out swing dancing, so
Nice.
We'll go out there and cut a rug or two and
I love it.
make it happen.
I was talking to Kai, not Ty, about like the bar scene here in Arizona. How like Whiskey Row is a country bar.
It's not.
Technically,
No,
like,
it's not.
but they market it as one.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
'Cause it's Dirk's
Yeah.
Bentley.
anywhere else outside of Scottsdale, maybe.
Right.
No.
Gilbert's still
No,
not.
Nashville. If it's outside of Nashville, it's no longer
Okay.
a country bar.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting because, like you said, it is marketed as a
Right.
country
Yeah,
bar,
but it's Dirk's Bentley. It should be.
It
Right.
should be,
But
but it's like fallen
not.
into the mold of like all the other clubs around
EDM
there, right?
and stuff after
Well,
like
especially
eight.
right there in Scottsdale.
But
like that's what they promote.
Right, but then there's like Denim and Diamonds, which is like
A real
an
country
actual
bar. A
country
real
bar.
country
But I
bar.
feel like the masses like don't want fully country,
Yeah.
but they also don't really want like the club. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if somebody opened like an actual country bar that was fun in Scottsdale in that area, it would do really, really well. Not quite as country as Denim and Diamonds, but like less clubby,
More new country.
yeah.
And okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
I
I
think
could
that
see
could do
that.
good. I mean, so I know Bevy over there
They're
in-
closing.
so they're not closing; they're rebranding.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to what they're going to do because I've heard kind of rumors. I've heard the rumor mill about bartenders and stuff like that because, I was a bartender when I first moved out here. So like I know a few people
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like people go out, people talk, and I've kind of heard Bevy might be doing like a country scene, but they might also kind of be doing something else. So it's definitely really up in the air with what Bevy's going to end up having going on.
Yeah. I think I moved here in 2012. And when Whiskey Row was like opening then, that's when it was like more country. Now it's just like a club like the rest of them. But I remember they had like live music like every weekend. It was pretty
That
cool.
sounds great.
I think the one in Gilbert
The
still does
one in
that.
Gilbert does live music,
Okay.
and
Nice.
but they stop at I think it's like 9 or 10,
Yeah.
and then they stop the live music, and then it turns into a club.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like an actual DJ up there, and
Nice.
it kind of transfers.
The problem
on
is
over.
like none of these bars in Scottsdale really have a dance floor.
It's a dance floor where you're just like in a pack of
lame.
people.
Yeah,
You're
it's.
just
I mean,
like-
it's just
It's
like
lane.
it's the space around the bar. So it wouldn't.
so true.
It's
like
just
a
kind of.
it's like an aisle in a grocery store.
Yeah. It
there's
gets so crowded
100 people in that
Yeah.
little aisle.
and people still go.
every single
Crazy.
weekend.
Well, I asked you guys to bring 2 Truths and a Lie.
Ooh.
Do you have those ready?
Yes,
Anthony
absolutely.
didn't have them ready, but
Sorry,
he can think
I
on
have
his feet.
no. Hey, I feel like I'm a mysterious person.
You think on your boots. Get those up there. Can you see them? Oh yeah, let's go. Yeehaw.
Hey, these are the tennis shoes, the cowboy boots. These are the hey dudes. Hey dudes are
Hey
making us
dudes.
back. Man.
There you go. Who wants to go first?
Because we can't tie our shoes.
I think Anthony wants to go first.
Could you want
You
to
want
go
me to
first?
go
I think
first?
Anthony wants to
All
go
right, all right,
first.
all right. Okay, I'm second oldest of 9. I wrestled for 13 years, and I like to go to rodeos.
I wonder which one's the lie. Ooh.
That you got me, I think. I believe that you wrestled. I feel like you look like a wrestler in the nicest way possible.
Is it because I'm a short king?
Yes.
Nice.
You're like short and
It does.
fit, and you got the like mohawk, faux hawk thing going
I
on.
used to not have this.
Or what do they call it? Mullet.
Me about that.
I used to not have this.
Well, I mean,
Just saying.
Ooh.
and I feel like Nebraska, 9 kids.
I grew up Mormon. Let me tell you that. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I
Oh.
was born and raised Mormon.
Well, then, yeah, that's definitely true,
Okay.
I think. And mostly you like rodeos? I mean, you're pretty country. I think, God damn, what? I think that the lie is you actually don't like rodeos. You're throwing me off.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to guess? I feel like
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you pretty well.
We're right here.
I feel like I know you pretty well. I
Go
think-
ahead. Let's
I
prove
think-
it.
I think you're the oldest of 9.
Oh, God. That's some little.
If
like,
I remember
detail like that.
correctly, I don't think you have any older siblings, but I could be wrong.
Do I answer now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am actually second oldest of 7.
7. Right.
So I am.
Damn it.
So that's what this tattoo is actually for. I'm number 2 in 7.
Did all your siblings get their Roman numerals?
So we make it a little tradition, actually. I'm second oldest, and so when my little brother turned 18, the one right under me, I took him to go get his first tattoo, which was this one. So he was number 3.
Okay.
And when the little brother under him, Thunder, just turned 18.
His name's Thunder?
Yeah, his
Like
real
his
name.
birth name? Is
Yeah,
Thunder? Wow.
I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. I'm still upset about that, but yeah. So he
Thunder,
was with me.
and then we have Anthony.
Really missed the
Just
opportunity.
wait. Just wait. Hold
All
on.
right, all right.
Me and my mom have some beef going on. But yeah, so my little brother Thunder turned 18, and then the one in between us, the one that I took, ended up taking him for his first tattoo and got number 3. So we made it a little tradition.
Okay.
The next one just started his freshman year, so he's turning 14 this year. So we got a couple more.
Oh, so they're pretty,
Years to
they're still
go.
pretty young.
Yeah, so they're pretty spaced out. The youngest is 9.
I guess you're not old, so that makes sense that if you're the second oldest, then they're all like. Still
Yeah. Well,
very
my
young.
mom started off super young. My mom started off at 15.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And so it goes from 28 to 9.
Okay.
So
So my mom's
Seven
only
kids?
44. Yeah.
so how
Wow.
old is your oldest brother?
28.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's wild.
You never really talk about your older brother, so
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Wow. Okay,
guys
so
are
let's
wrong.
hear the name story.
Okay. My older brother's name is Mike. My name's Anthony. Right under there, his name's Tyler. We call him TJ.
Okay.
And then it goes Thunder, Phoenix, Rex, and Scarlet.
Wow, she really just like wanted half of you to be
Tell me
normal
that's
and half
not
of you to be
upsetting.
fun.
Do your
That
parents
is
start?
so upsetting.
Your parents like start watching Marvel movies, or
Yeah.
So
Really big into superheroes.
the last 4 have relation to Nebraska, actually.
Mm.
So Thunder, it started off with Thunder Collins.
I don't know what that is.
He's like a Hall of Famer, Nebraska.
Football.
Great football player.
Got it.
And then Phoenix, his middle name is Sue. Ndamukong Sue plays in the
yeah,
NFL.
yeah.
So it's spelled like that.
He
And then
went
my
to
mom's.
high school near me
Did he really?
Really?
in Oregon.
Dude,
yeah.
he's a big
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He was.
I didn't play football.
He
but
was
we
a-
went to school around the same time.
Yeah.
And I remember we just got like wrecked every time we played there at
Dude,
school.
he's a big freaking dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I've seen
he
him in
is.
person.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's scary.
Yeah. I mean,
But
everybody looks big compared to us.
I swear, like, oh my god. But yeah, so and then my mom's name is Sue, so I had a little tie-in with my mom.
Okay.
Rex Burkhead, who went into the NFL. He's
Yeah.
getting inducted in the Nebraska Hall of Fame this year or something like that.
Okay.
And then Scarlet, the palm line for Nebraska is Scarlet and Cream.
Okay.
And then my grandma's name is Charlotte. And
Oh,
so
okay. Scarlet.
she tied like the name, like sometimes it has like the extra E on the end or 1 T, but she spelled it just like my grandma does. So
Gotcha.
has some family ties, has
Yeah,
some
yeah.
like roots, you know,
That's
some back
cool.
home roots.
Yeah.
That is
So you guys are like diehard Nebraska fans.
You should see the living room in my mom's house. And then, I mean, I have the flags up in my room, my little brother. I mean, all of us.
Wow.
Just
That's crazy.
gotta stay loyal, man.
Yeah.
I
mean,
go
that's
to
cool.
I go to ASU, but say ASU and Nebraska were to play each other in football or something.
Yeah.
Figure it
Sorry, I'm Nebraska all the way.
How come you didn't go to Nebraska?
It's cold.
That's fair.
Oh,
It's
man.
real cold
fair.
back there. There's still potential for me to go back, I guess. I'll be going to law school next year. And because
go.
my mom's an alumni, we get in-state tuition. It's like a legacy scholarship. Like they're big on keeping the children of people coming back. And so I get in-state tuition due to my mom graduating
nice.
there.
That's
So
awesome.
it's a
That's
potential. Might be a UNO alumni.
yeah.
That'd be really, really cool. I just don't want to go back to the cold.
Yeah. That's
I'd rather have the 115, 120 degree here than the negative 26 there. That's my personal opinion.
I can't relate.
Same
honestly,
boat.
I
Yeah.
cannot
No.
relate with the two of you. That's for sure.
But when you get
you want the cold?
Oh, I love the cold.
when you get that cold, it's like in your spine, and you
Yeah,
have to
but
like shower to get it out.
The best thing
It
that
won't come out.
the best thing that I can say is there gets to be a point where you can't take any more clothes off and you're still hot.
Jump in a pool.
That is Arizona. Yeah, but when the pool feels like bath water,
Call the Cabana Boys.
I'm good.
Yeah, let's go. we
Say,
turn up the heat.
I am very much I'm a cold weather person. I was a wrestler for 16 years. I wrestled into college, and I thrive in the cold, man.
Yeah.
Thrive.
Yeah. All right. So
There's one of his truths.
Yeah, there
No,
we
that's
go.
not gonna be one of mine.
All right. So you're the youngest, second oldest of 7. That was true.
Yeah.
The wrestled for 12 years was
13.
13.
So no, he said second oldest of 9.
Oh, that was the
Yeah, that was
That
the
was the
lie.
lie.
That was the lie.
Got it.
So I am second oldest of 7.
got it. All right. And then so you're
And then he likes rodeos.
and you love rodeos.
Yeah, just this past weekend, this guy flaked.
I know, I
and we
wasn't
were
feeling
supposed to
good.
go up to Prescott. It's like the oldest rodeo in the world.
Really?
And yeah, it was a great time. They're sponsored by Coors, Wrangler,
yep, Jack
like a bunch
Daniels.
of people.
Wow.
It was a really,
fun.
really great time. We got standing tickets. They were $15 each. It was a great freaking time. They had vendors and all that stuff out
Make
there.
them,
but
make them feel worse for
yeah,
me.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's super cool.
Wasn't feeling great. I was
Yeah.
not having a good time. I ate some
You had
bad food.
poisoning,
I had bad food.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
Don't get cheap sushi.
All right, Ty, let's hear your 2 truths and a lie.
All right, so I've been to 14 different countries.
All right.
I am terrified of horses, and I'm a picky eater.
I think you have been to 14 countries, unless we're getting in the semantics. You've only been to 12.
I will give you no semantics.
Okay. Terrified of horses. You were willing to go to a rodeo, so I think you're probably fine with horses. And you're not a picky eater because you tried something to give you food poisoning.
But only one of these is a lie, Nelson.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you said there were 2 lies. I got mine. I know which one.
I feel like you know me.
you
I feel
go
like you know
first.
me pretty well. So
I'm gonna say the lie is the horses one.
I got the picky foods. You're not a picky eater.
I am not a picky eater. I will eat anything at least once, but I am terrified of horses.
Really?
I am a bull rider, and I do not like horses.
Why? Like, what's the?
So
They're scary.
this really kind of stems from when I was in college. I was dating this girl who was an equestrian major.
A horse girl?
Yeah. So she was. Like a horse professional. Like she was
Okay.
doing like horse tech, like horse vet, and all that stuff. But she was also riding in shows, and. You know, we were in the stables one day, and she was like, "Okay, I got to go grab some stuff." But she had already pulled the horse out of its own stable, and so she gave me the reins of this horse and said, "I'll be back." And then about 30 feet away from me, she turns around and says, "Oh, by the way, don't look that horse in the eyes."
Oh, all right.
So you know, I'm stock still in fear of this horse that is easily 3 feet taller than I am at the head, and I'm just like, "Don't look him in the face! Don't look him in the face! Don't look him in the face!" And I am terrified the entire time. And since then, I will not come within like 15 feet of a horse.
Oh my gosh.
But no, yeah, a bull, perfectly fine. I will
Really?
jump on the back of a bull like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
But you cannot pay me to get on the back of a horse that I do not trust.
That's crazy. So that reminds me of a story. I did Boy Scouts when I was younger. And when I was like 10 years old, I went to some Boy Scout camp. And there's parents there. It's like very controlled environment for young kids. But they're like, hey, like, let's go horseback riding. And I think I'd done it maybe once before, but I was definitely not like experienced. And like, all right, that's your horse. And they're like, its name's like, I don't remember. I think it was like, it's Wildfire or like something like,
Something cool.
it was something cool, but also to like insinuate that it was like kind of wild.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? I was like, wait, why is it called Wildfire? Like, I don't want that one.
Give me the one named Horsey. Like, come on, man.
Peaches.
Peaches.
Give me Peaches.
Exactly.
Nickel. Like,
So they gave me that one, and I did not get bucked off, but I do remember it like rearing up on its like hind legs.
Yeah.
And I'm like 10 years old. Like, I was like, well, it's kind of scarred, but I don't know. I don't
mean,
hold grudges against species anymore.
and it's crazy because there are some people who do barrel racing and buck and bronco competitions, and I'm staring at them and I'm just like, absolutely not. And then somebody's like, hey, I've got this new bull you want to ride that you can ride. And I'm like, sign me up, baby. Let's do this.
Have you seen the girls? I guess guys might do it too. That ride around on the toy horses. They have like
Oh my god.
the like stick between
Yeah.
their legs with that horse head on
They
it.
have whole competitions.
I feel
for
like
it.
that's the same thing as Quidditch in college,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
pretty much.
That's
There
I'm
are
sure.
whole competitions.
I'm sorry if I'm alienating you as a listener. I apologize, but your hobby is fucking weird. Like,
oh no, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's strange.
They have whole competitions
Yeah.
and they get judged. And they have
Yeah.
these little toy horses.
Like
and
the-
they jump over.
they're
and
like they just run around.
like the toy horse, like that we all had as a
Yes,
kid, right? Like
yeah,
the stick with the
yeah.
horse head on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why is it a sport?
Exactly.
Why are we allowing
Yeah.
people to do this?
They like do the jumps and they run around like it's like a what an actual horse does, but it's just
Not a horse.
person with a stick between their legs.
I saw this Facebook video. It's something similar. It's along the lines.
I think I know what you're
But
gonna
it's
say.
like a TLC or something like that. It's like my weird hobbies, where the person dresses up like a horse, and they put like reins and stuff in their mouth.
What in the fetish
Have like
is
a
that?
rider. Yeah,
That's a fetish.
and
I know it is.
They literally will be on all fours and like
I feel
ride
like
them and stuff.
I feel like that is the
And
next
they're-
step
yeah,
after
they're in
furries.
they're in like
Right?
chains and stuff.
It's got to be some kind of furry.
I'm sitting here. Well, it's one of those videos that you're like, this is so weird, but I can't get off it.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting
like a
here
car-
watching
it's
like
like a
a
car crash.
20-minute video, and you're like,
It's like a car
Why-
crash. You can't help but look away, right?
yeah,
Like you
why
can't-
does
you- it's stop and
40-year-old
stare.
Jeffrey in a Speedo with reins in his mouth and like in black leather? You're sitting here like,
Oh,
what the heck?
man.
And like the rein will go over the head, and it has like a fake mane. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, like go look it up. Like it's a
Yeah.
whole thing. Like it's a hobby.
I
Like
feel like-
people dress up like horses, and like other people like.
Yeah.
So Anthony, I do have to ask: is that why you have the mullet? Is that your main?
You know, you want to find out?
Yeah.
One
it's,
day,
hey,
one day.
teach their
Save a
own.
horse, ride a cowboy. Nothing
Right,
less.
That is true.
To each their own. We're not into kink shaming here, you know.
Hey, I mean, everyone has hobbies and stuff.
Hey man, if you're
but
into it, that's fine by me. But
if you come around me and you have reins in your mouth, I might crack a laugh. I'm just saying.
I might be walking in the opposite direction.
You know, it's
Oh,
like
man.
it's like when it's quiet time and you can't sneeze and you're sitting here like, you know.
Ty, what's you've been to 14 countries then?
I have.
Can you name them real quick?
Yes, actually. So I was started. So this was back in 2019. I had decided just kind of on a whim. I was like, "Hey, mom, dad, I'm gonna move to Europe," and they were like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just bought a plane ticket to Amsterdam, and I don't know when I'm gonna come back, but I'll be back eventually."
Wow.
So obviously I've been to the U.S. I was an actor up in Canada for the year of 2018. We were shooting a Netflix pilot.
Wow.
But then in 2019, I started off in Iceland. Then I went to the Netherlands, then France, then Spain, Portugal, and then I went to Italy, Switzerland, Germany. From Germany, I went to the UK and then to Ireland. And so, yeah.
Nice.
All around a good time.
Do you count the U.S. as one of them?
I mean, some people you have to.
kinda have to.
You kind of have to,
Okay.
just
I mean,
because,
I guess, yeah, you've been there.
Yeah, I mean,
but you could say you've traveled to 13 different.
so if you really want to get technical, I've also been to Puerto Rico. So I guess that's the U.S. That's not the U.S. So
it's a territory.
it is a
of the
territory. It's
US,
not a
right?
state. They don't want to become a state, which is great.
What's your favorite
Oh
country?
man, I would definitely say that the atmosphere in the Netherlands was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. The canals in Amsterdam, the tulip fields, all of that
I've
stuff
been there
was
too.
great.
It's really cool.
It was beautiful. But the people in Portugal were amazing. I was staying in
Nice.
this little town outside of Lisbon called Costa de Caparica. And it's just this beachside village, and it was awesome. And we went surfing, we ate dinner as like a big family and stuff like that. When I at the hostel I was staying at for a while, we all ate dinner together, we all partied together, we all had a great time.
Sounds awesome.
And then I was also at this small village, like this small hilltop village outside of Rome by about an hour. It's called Zagarola. And the entire village is two roads. So you have one road, and then it kind of takes a 90-degree bend, another 90-degree bend, and then it just another road. I mean, you look through some of these houses, and off the backside of the house, it's just a sheer drop down this hill. And it was absolutely beautiful. And I mean, the scenery is amazing. Being able to go into Rome and see all that history,
Yeah.
you know, seeing the Colosseum, seeing the Parthenon, seeing the Roman Forum. I mean, it's incredible just to be like, you know, at this point, I am walking in the same spot that Julius Caesar might have stepped. Like, it's crazy. Like, you are stepping on the exact same piece of stone.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So you've been to 14 countries, but have you been to Grand Island, Nebraska?
I have not been to Grand Island. I've been to Lincoln. I've been
Go Big Red.
I've been to I think about 40 of the U.S. states.
Wow, that's a lot.
I moved from California to Maryland to the Midwest, and then now I'm in Arizona. This is my 5th state that I've actually lived in.
Nice. That's awesome.
Hey, can we backtrack a little bit? Did you say you bought a plane ticket to Europe when you were 14?
No.
Are you allowed to do that?
Well, that's what I heard.
It was
at
20.
first.
It was 2019. It was. I bought a plane ticket, and I was just like, yeah, like I'm just gonna leave. And my parents were kind of surprised because it was right after my 21st birthday, I think, and they were just like, "You're gonna do what now?" And
Okay.
so I just bought the plane ticket.
See,
and
that makes more sense. But I initially I thought you said 14.
Yeah, I heard it was earlier than that too.
Yeah. Well, and I was like, thinking the whole time,
14 different countries.
How did you do that when you were 14 years old? I mean, I don't know what I was doing when I was 14.
I bought the plane ticket. I started in Iceland because if you fly with Icelandic Air, they actually have like a layover program that you can kind of stay there and tour and do however long you want.
Yeah.
Cool. Iceland is green.
It's Well, do you know why?
Thanks for that, Anthony.
It's great. It's great.
Wasn't it like to confuse like Vikings
It
and
was
stuff? So
indeed.
Greenland is ice and Iceland is green.
It is indeed. That is exactly.
I go to
why.
college.
Wow.
I can tell. But
ASU degree. Putting to work
Criminal
right
justice degree
That's
that is
that's
from
that
Grand Island, Nebraska.
ASU education system right there, baby.
Forks up.
And then all I knew was like I know I'm gonna fly home from Dublin. However long I decide to stay, I will be here. And I ended up finally making it to Dublin after a while. And I stepped off the plane in Chicago with $30 in my bank account.
Oh, damn.
$30 in
Wow.
my bank account. Yep. And took the train. And then I got picked up by my cousin and went home.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wild trip.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I
That's
loved
awesome.
it. Loved it.
Well, thank you guys for being on.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much for
anything
having
you
us.
want to share with the audience. Anything that you have to leave us with here?
Definitely check out the Cabana Boys on Instagram.
Let's go.
Come see Anthony and I, your favorite Cowboys,
Let's
at
go.
Denim and Diamond. Usually
there we
every
go.
weekend.
Every weekend.
Almost every
Yeah.
weekend. Every once in a while we'll take a break. But yeah, if you want to come learn how to swing dance, come find us.
I'm not good. Go to him.
Don't go to me. Anthony's a lot better.
Not true.
Love it.
He gets all the girls.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks for being on. Thank you all for listening. If you could tell a friend, leave a rating, help us grow the show, we'd really appreciate it. Catch y'all soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to the Cabana Boys Podcast. Please like and subscribe to get new episodes as they're released. Write to the show by sending an email to thecabanaboyspodcast@gmail.com. You can find the video version of the show on YouTube at the Cabana Boys YouTube channel. The Cabana Boys and all other related brands are also on Instagram and TikTok at Cabana Boys Podcast, The Cabana Boys, The Cocktail Cowboys, and The Cocktail Boys. This has been a T-Door production.